Valide sultan was the title held by the legal mother of a ruling sultan of the Ottoman Empire. The title was first used in the 16th century for Aisha Hafsa Sultan, consort of Selim I and mother of Sulayman the Magnificent, superseding the previous title of Mehd Iulia. Normally, this title was held by the living mother of a reigning sultan. The mothers who died before their son's accession to the throne were never bestowed with the title of Valide sultan. In special cases, there were grandmothers, stepmothers, or even sisters of a reigning sultan who assumed the title Valide sultan. Term Valide literally meaning mother in Ottoman Turkish. The Turkish pronunciation of the word Valide is Virginia, leader. Sultan is a word Arabic origin, originally meaning authority or dominion. By the beginning of the 16th century, this title, carried by both men and women of the Ottoman dynasty, was replacing other titles by which prominent members of the imperial family had been known. Consequently, the title Valide Hachin also turned into Valide Sultan. This usage underlines the Ottoman conception of sovereign power as family prerogative. Western tradition knows the Ottoman ruler as sultan, but the Ottomans themselves used padishah or hünkâr to refer to their ruler. The emperor's formal title consisted of sultan, together with khan. In formal address, the sultan's children were also entitled sultan, with imperial princes carrying the title before their given name, with imperial princesses carrying it after. Example, Seyzade Sultan Mehmed and Myrima Sultan, son and daughter of Sulayman the Magnificent. Like imperial princesses, the living mother and main consort of reigning sultans also carried the title after their given names. For example, Aisha Hafsa Sultan, Sulayman's mother and first Valide Sultan, and Hurrem Sultan, Sulayman's chief consort and first Haseki Sultan. The evolving usage of this title reflected power shifts among imperial women, especially between sultanate of women. As the position of main consort eroded over the course of 17th century, the main consort lost the title sultan, which replaced by Kadin, a title related to the earlier Khatun. Henceforth, the mother of the reigning sultan was the only person of non-imperial blood to carry the title sultan. Role and position. Valide sultan was perhaps the most important position in the Ottoman Empire after the sultan himself. As the mother to the sultan, by Islamic tradition, the Valide sultan would have a significant influence on the affairs of the empire. She had great power in the court and her own rooms and state staff. Valide sultan also traditionally had access to considerable economic resources and often funded major architectural projects. In particular during the 17th century, in a period known as the Sultanate of Women, a series of incompetent or child sultans raised the role of the Valide sultan to new heights. The Sultanate of Women began with Hurrem Sultan, and was continued by Myrima Sultan and then Nurbanu Sultan, mother of Murad III. The most powerful and well-known of all Valide sultans and Haseki sultans in the history of the Ottoman Empire were Hurrem Sultan, Myrima Sultan, Nurbanu Sultan and Kosum Sultan. Most harem women who were slaves were never formally married to the sultans. Nevertheless, their children were considered fully legitimate under Islamic law if recognized by the father. List of Valide sultans. The list does not include the complete list of mothers of the Ottoman sultans. Most who held the title of Valide sultan were the biological mothers of the reigning sultans. The mothers who died before their son's accession to throne never assumed the title of Valide sultan, like Hurrem, Hattus Muatzes, Emin Mihrisah, Rabah Shami, Tirai Mujgan, Gulsemel, and Gulistan Munira. In special cases, there were grandmothers, stepmothers, or even sisters of the reigning sultans who assumed the title of Valide sultan, like Nakshidil, Marpika Kosum, Myrima, and Rahimate Peristu. Exceptional cases. Normally, living mother of reigning sultan held title Valide sultan. But in exceptional cases, there were women who didn't held this title when their sons became sultan.